is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside. And something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever. You're not going to die because you're feeling a little pain. At the end of pain is success.
Good choice, good decision has good results. Bad choice, bad decision, bad things happen, I promise. And one day, every single day, I was going to make a good choice to be different. Every single day, I was going to do the little things to be better. Every single day, I was going to make smart, wise, thought out decisions to change my life. And it didn't happen overnight. It didn't always come easy. I didn't battle sometimes having to want to make the bad choice. But I'm telling you, good choices have good results. And when you're in the 7th grade, going to the 8th grade, going to high school, going on to college, I'm telling you, if you start making good choices now, choice after choice, good result, good decisions will happen. Things that will happen, doors will open. Here I was in prison, and I had every reason to give up. I had every excuse. First off, I stopped making excuses. Some of us have to stop blaming others for our stuff, our struggles, and our issues. We own it. You know what? I made some bad choices, but I'm going to change. I started making good choices. 2 years into it, I found myself leaving the prison, going all across the state of Indiana, speaking in colleges. I spoke all kinds of places, even while in prison. And I would be in street clothes, right? And I would talk about chasing dreams and goals down to the students at Ball State, to IUPUI, to Brown Mackey, to youth gatherings, to grown-up gatherings, all over the place, right? And they would look at me at the end and they would say, Nathan, how do we know it's going to work? It sounds good. It sounds easy to talk about, but how do I know it's real? And I looked at them because they didn't know I was in prison. And I looked at them right in their eyes and I'd say, listen to me. You have no idea. But currently right now, I'm in prison. But I began to believe that good choices and good decisions will have good outcomes. And at the end of the day, those prison walls didn't even keep me in. I'm here today to tell you, you can change. And they looked at me. Whoa. I'm telling all of you in here that if you want to be different, you can. Don't begin to giving up good friends in your life to fit into the crowd. Don't give in to the peer pressure. Listen, if you're thinking about suicide, if you're thinking about self-harming, if you're battling some of these real issues, you need to realize that lots of us struggle with things, but you need to begin to talk about them. You need to begin to process them, and you need to begin to believe and to realize that your life is valuable, that your life speaks, that your life screams, and that your life shouts that you are somebody who can overcome anything. But good choices and good decisions are required to get there.
It's not your circumstances or your situation that determines if you're going to be successful or not. I've been telling you, it's your mindset. Don't give up. I'm telling you right now, don't give in. Get through it. And if you can get through it, if you can work through your pain, I'm guaranteeing you on the other side is a reward. I got to commit my very being to this thing. I gotta breathe it, I gotta eat it, I gotta sleep it. And until you get there, you'll never be successful in life. But once you get there, I guarantee you, the world is yours. The problem is, everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what real beasts do. Everybody gets excited. E.T., the guru story, but nobody wants to get up at 3 o'clock. Everybody's excited when I say, I wake up at 3 o'clock. Eric's a beast, 3 o'clock. Like for real, you walk out of here pumped up, fired up, you get some new information, you're ready. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. And what you have to understand is, everybody that you're going to hear from, Eric Thomas, my mother got pregnant with me at 17 years old, high school dropout, ate out of trash cans. Lived in abandoned buildings, slept in cars, multi-million company that's changing the world. I didn't say America, the world. Why? Because not only do I want to be a beast, if you follow my 24 hours, I do what beasts do. You can't just say you want it. You can't watch the video and say, I want it as bad as I want to breathe. It's cute to say it. When the sun comes up, you've got all the books, you've got all the tapes, you've got all the access. Now it's time to hunt. And what separates you from everybody else is that when it's time to hunt, you're ready to hunt. But what's going to separate you is when it's beast time, when it's war time, you got to get up and make it happen. Everybody wants to be a beast. Everybody's got lions on their profiles. Everybody talks positive about themselves. Everybody talks like you a beast. You dress like you a beast. You've got the cards like a beast. Your image, everything about you says, I'm a beast. That's how you present yourself. When you present, I'm a beast. But then when it's time to do what beasts do, you back up. You have an excuse. And I told you before, innovation is rewarded. They give you a plaque for it. They give you a reward for it. But execution is worshipped. There's no excuse because Glenn and the team are going to tell you every single thing you need to do. Every single thing. This is the problem. They're going to give you every single tool, every single resource. They're going to make themselves available. And what will separate those of you from the rest is not what they give you. What's going to separate you is what you do. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what real beasts do. Listen to me very closely. I want you to know you should be excited. All the information you're going to get, all the information you have, there's only one equation that's missing. There's only one thing you cannot purchase. There's only one thing you cannot buy, and that's what real beasts do. That's something you're going to have to do.
We all have to begin, whatever your dream is, whatever your passion, whatever masterpiece painting that you want to paint, you're going to have to begin to prioritize your life. Look at life as tennis balls and glass balls. You see in this basket is a lot of things, a lot of hobbies, a lot of time-consuming things. Family and attitude and character development and education. We have all these choices that we have in life. If you want something bad enough, if you really want to change your life and you want to get to the next level, you got a lot of decisions. You got a lot of choices. You got a lot of priorities. You're gonna have to begin to learn to be able to do this thing in your life, man. You're gonna need to prioritize your life. You're gonna need to realize that there's some things in life that are rubber and that are tennis balls that you can drop and then you can pick them back up. But some things in your life you're going to realize are priorities, that things are so important that if you break them, they are fragile and they can shatter and they can break. You can't do the things that you have to do and keep smoking weed and keep drinking and keep partying and keep running with your friends and watching your TV and sleeping and just going through the motions and living for the now. If you drop your family, it's going to wound you, it's going to hurt you. If you drop your school, your education, your attitude, these are the priorities that if you drop, they're going to cut, they're going to shatter, they're going to wound you, they're going to affect you. Your decisions that you make have to be balanced and thought out of, if I do this or don't do this, is this helping me get to the mission in my life and becoming what I want to become? If you want something in life, you got to begin to prioritize.
You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas. Unquestionably, you must have faith. It's hard. Yes, it's hard. It's difficult. Yes, right. And it's worth it.
There will be days where you will ask yourself, where is all this going? What is the purpose? What is my purpose? I kept convincing myself that it was just over the horizon, around the next corner. Nothing worked, and it was really tearing me apart. Part of me kept pushing ahead to the next achievement, and the other part kept asking, is this all there is?
I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're going to find your sense of completion. I realized one night in LA that the purpose of my life had always been to free people from concern. I can tell you from experience, the effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is.
When you work towards something greater than yourself, you find meaning, you find purpose. When you keep people at the center of what you do, it can have an enormous impact. All life is interrelated. We are all bound together into a single garment of destiny.
That's the only thing that's important, really. Letting each other know we're here, reminding each other that we're part of a larger self.
Deep inside of you lives a hero who wants to do something great with your life, who wants to inspire other people, who wants to do creative work, who wants to change the world. Maybe you're so numbed out that you've forgotten who you truly are. The fact that you are alive today means there is a mighty call on your life to do something with the rest of your life.
When you're convinced that your cause is right, have the courage to take a stand. Use your minds and hands and your hearts to build something bigger than yourselves. If you see a problem or an injustice, recognize that no one will fix it but you.
A change in the world that seems so clear that you are sure someone else is going to do it, but they're not. You will. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started.
How will you serve the world? What do they need that your talent can provide? That's all you have to figure out.
I want to do good. I want the world to be better because I was here. I want my life, I want my work, I want it to mean something. If you are not making someone else's life better, then you're wasting your time.
When you wake up in the morning and your life means something to somebody other than you, that you have a purpose. If you don't go do the things that you're going to do, people's lives will suffer. To live in service, not to you, but to live in service to humanity, to live in service to your family, to your church, to your city, to your country, to the world, that is the purest form of joy.
Measure your impact on humanity not in likes, but in the lives you touch. Not in popularity, but in the people you serve. There is so much out there conspiring to make you cynical. People will try to convince you that you should keep your empathy out of your career. Don't let that noise knock you off course. I found that my life got bigger when I stopped caring what other people thought about me. Yours will too. Stay focused on what really matters.
Everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory. You are ready and able to do beautiful things in this world. You will only ever have two choices, love or fear. Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
To all of us that want to be successful, to all of us that want to overcome and break through and be the top of our field, whatever that may be, if it's becoming a CEO or an entertainer or an actor, whatever it is you're trying to be the best at, right? There's a silent assassin, an enemy that's probably snuck into your house that you don't even realize, that's keeping you from getting there, and that's the snooze button. Yep, you heard me. It's that button on your alarm clock. It's that button on your cell phone that goes off every single morning, that you just hit the snooze button on. Do you know if you hit the snooze button one time every single day, so you set your alarm clock for 5:30 to get up, but yet you don't get up till 5:45, and I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because probably most of us hit the snooze button 2 or 3 times. We'll say we just hit it one time. Normal snooze buttons are about 15 minutes, and then it'll go off again. But if you hit the snooze button every single day, 365 times a year, every morning you're getting up, that's over 5,400 minutes that you snoozed away. That's 91 hours. That's 3.8 days. That's 3.8 days that you lost, that you wasted, that you weren't advancing your craft, that you weren't mastering what you're trying to get and where you're trying to go in life. And the truth of the matter is, while you're hitting the snooze button, your competitor may not be. Your competitors out there working hard. Your competitors, you're the people that are pursuing the same places, the same dreams, the same spots that you want. They're out there getting it, and you're hitting the snooze button. You can't love sleep and want to be successful. You gotta have drive, you gotta have motivation, you gotta have that inspiration, you gotta have that thing inside of you, those gears that turn, that you can't stop, you won't cease, you won't back down, you won't give up, not when you're tired, but when the job is done. And for all of us that love the snooze button, you don't want it bad enough. You don't want what you say you want. We all say we want to be successful, but how many of us are willing to work to get it? How many of us are willing to roll out of bed when our alarm clock goes off and not hit the snooze button? It's the silent assassin. It's the snooze button, man. Get out of bed. Go get it. The world's yours. Your life speaks. You get what you put into this thing. Go get it. Stop hitting snooze.
Many things can contribute to our not approving our dreams, our not feeling good enough. A lot of things can contribute to that. Many of us never live up to our potential or don't approve ourselves because we never had anybody to believe in us. Looking at some of the things that keep us from approving ourselves, that we've all done some things that we don't feel good about. Things that if we had to do those things over again, we would not do those things, or we would do things differently. So part of what we must do in order to begin to move into your greatness, you got to remove a major energy block. And that is dealing with the issue of forgiveness. People that have hurt you, someone who's done you wrong. Make a list, and things that you have done that you feel bad about, that you regret. Make a list. There may be a time when you weren't a good father or a good mother or a good brother or sister, or you were a bad child, or you didn't do a good job, or you lied, or you were dishonest, or you stole. No one knows this but you, or something you feel good about, so you know, there's a real dog in me to do that. Something you just really regret. So we make a list of all those things. All of us have some of that. Somebody said there's some good in the worst of us and some bad in the best of us. So none of us escape. Now here's something I want you to do. I want you to become involved in an active process to get some clutter out of your life. So if there's any area in your life that you need to clean up, there's some people who's cluttering up your life. They serve no purpose whatsoever. They're just holding and occupying the space that somebody useful, positive, nurturing, and contributing could be holding that space. You don't even have time to look to see what else is out there because you all have all of these people surrounding you that's not enabling you to grow. So look at what is it I need to get out of my life. Just start cleaning this stuff out. See, whatever you have in your environment is a reflection of your consciousness. So you got all that chaos there. That represents some disorganized, cluttered section of your mind. So let's get all that out of there, all right? Work to get that out, clean that up. Anybody that you feel very strongly about, have some negative feelings about, let's look at some good reasons to forgive them. Number one, you must try and see what has happened or see things from that other person's point of view. Let's look at it from their point of view. That's one area. That's number one. Then number two, holding a grudge hurts you. It doesn't hurt them. So just for good health and peace of mind, let it go. Any feeling of resentment or anger or hatred is called to me the load of bitterness within. Every thought that we entertain produces a chemical in our brain that impacts the body's immune system. And besides, this person you're hating, they probably are not even aware of it. Don't even know you're really hating them. You've turned up the steam. Gone from dislike to hate, intense hate. And here you are killing yourself, making yourself vulnerable to various types of illnesses, putting yourself in bad health. And I say that person is not worth your sacrificing your health or 1 minute of peace of mind. 1 minute of anger robs you of 60 seconds of happiness. So decide it doesn't matter. Let it go and experience the dignity and the magnanimous sense of character of being big enough to move on and get on with your life. Letting it go so you can grow. See, all of us have greatness within us. But when you don't come to grips with your greatness and you don't work to develop it, if you're not seeking it out, if you're not finding where it is, if you're not trying to locate it, if you're not experimenting with your life to try and find out what fits for you, I'm saying that you're positioning yourself to be a miserable person, an unfulfilled person.
And the thing about this portrait is that your life will be whatever you want it to be. You are the artist. Your hands are the paintbrushes. And your choices, your yes, your no's, your goes, your stays, your lefts, your rights. You're deciding to go or you're deciding to do that. Your decision to smoke or your decision not to take the drink or not to. Every decision you make, regardless if you like it or not, you are painting a picture with your life. And you have the ability to paint whatever masterpiece you want. You have the ability to make it the most beautiful, scenic picture for the world to see. But you also have the ability to make it one of the darkest, roughest, painful pictures that anyone's ever witnessed. Your life is in your hands. You hold the paintbrush in your hand, and every decision, every choice you make, good or bad, what you are doing with this paintbrush in your hand is you are stroking the canvas. No matter what you do in life, you can't get the paintbrush out of your hand.
To determine the height of your self-approval, it's important that you evaluate yourself because you know you quite well, but it's almost impossible to do it totally by yourself. You must get some caring feedback. Find somebody close enough to you that has observed you or been around you that you value their opinion, and ask them, how do they see you? How do they rate you in terms of your self-esteem? And then compare what you have with what they say. See, there are things many times that people can see in us that we can't see because it's a blind spot. When someone pays you a compliment, can you handle it well? Can you handle compliments well? That's a good barometer about your self-esteem. Can you handle criticism well? Can you give criticism? What are your expectations? What do you expect to get from life? What do you expect to get from your business? What do you expect to get from your relationships? What is your ideal day? What is it that you expect from this experience, this trip, this journey that you're involved in? People that have a strong sense of self-approval, they have high expectations for themselves and from life and from others. See, a lot of people don't expect much from life. So they don't shoot for much. They're not preparing for much. A lot of people are just showing up in life. A lot of people just get up in the morning and they go through the day, they go to the job just to pull a check down, watching the clock coming in. So you want to be a different kind of person as you forward your life. You want to get something out of this. If you're going to do it, it's worth your time, your energy. You've got some expectations from this. So examine your expectations versus your wishes. Some people wish they could do better, but some people expect to do better. Where are you on that? And love yourself. Make caring for you the highest priority in your life. Take care of you. Look out for what truly satisfies you. We're not taught to love ourselves. We're not taught to look out for ourselves. We're not taught to take care of ourselves, to become sensitive to our wants, to our needs, our desires. So make a conscious effort. Make you number one priority. Your peace of mind. Your health is more important than your family and any and everybody. Because if you don't have peace of mind, if you don't have your health, you can't serve anybody. Don't neglect yourself. A lot of us, and particularly ladies, have been groomed to be sacrificial lambs, putting their dreams on the back burner in deference to their children's dreams or their husband's dreams or their family's dreams, and forget about themselves. Then become resentful and angry and bitter. So start taking care of yourself, looking out for you. Develop a health plan. Your health is all you got. So start taking care of you. Eating nutritious meals, willing to exercise your body, taking care of this body, loving yourself. So do some good stuff for yourself on purpose. Take some time out for you. You can't develop and manifest your greatness. You can't be a high achiever if you don't feel good. You don't take care of yourself. It takes the edge off your life. It helps you to manage things rather than allowing them to manage you. Gives you more personal power to deal with stuff. Take care of you. Now here's something else I suggest for you. Become aware of what your needs are and develop compassion toward yourself despite your human defects. Develop compassion for yourself despite your human defects. You will never be perfect. Hello? You will never be perfect. You're human. You've made a lot of mistakes. You've done a lot of dumb, stupid things. Guess what? You're not through yet. You got to learn to be gentle with yourself. Make it all right. What you don't know, mistakes that you make. It's okay. Handle it. Learn from the experience. Decide that you are going to, whatever you become involved in, to be up front, to be true to yourself. Are you getting what you need out of it? And be up front with people and tell them what you need from them. Don't assume that they know. Don't say, I thought you knew. No, tell people up front, here's what I need from this in order for this to work for me. Be up front with your stuff. Tell them up front so they're not surprised later on. So your feelings aren't hurt later on. See, if they tell you up front they can't do it, now you know you can keep on stepping. But tell people up front, here's what I want. In order for me to play this game with you, if we're going to dance, this is what I got to get out of it. See, if you don't take care of your needs, guess what? You will always have that nagging song in the back of your mind say, well, when do I get mine? See, we're taught to be quiet. and not speak up for ourselves, and not to be selfish. If you don't take care of you, who do you think is going to take care of you? Who's going to look out for you better than you will? No one. No one's going to do that. You got a business? No one's going to take care of your business better than you. Nobody. Anything you want to do in life, you've got to take ownership of it and say, hey, I'm going to make this happen. Be willing to venture out and do something that you have fantasized about doing. And you know you probably won't be good at it, but do it anyhow.
I came from what you came from. I've been through what you've been through. I know the battle of up, down, in and out. I know the peer pressure. I know some of you want to do better, but you feel you can't get there. I know some of you have dreams and goals that seem too far. I know some of you feel like you just want to give up, but I'm telling you, don't you dare quit, because if I can do it, you can do it. All it takes are good choices and good decisions and refusing to quit. Here's what you have to do, and I can see it in a lot of your eyes, man. I can tell, I can see the glimmer, I can see the glow. I can tell some of you are like, you know what? I'm seeing a whole different perspective on life. This wasn't a convocation like I thought it was going to be like. This dude with the bun just came in here and rocked my world. Listen to me. But what you've got to do if you want to get there, a lot of you have decided today, and you're caught up in the moment. You feel inspired. You believe there's a moment right now where you have this belief that you can stop the drug, you can stop the bad thinking, you can become the doctor, you can become the engineer, you can be the... Some of you are in that moment of inspiration, right? And you can do all of those things, but what you have to be willing to do, what you just did, right? You just left the mainland and you came to this new island called change, where you want to be different, and you set sail and you got to this new place and you're determined. You know what you have to do? You got to burn the boat. There's no going back, man. When you're ready to be different, when you're ready to change, when you're committed and you're all in, there is no going back to who you used to be. There's no escape. There's no even idea. There's no excuse. You are going to become what you want to become at all costs. But you have to match, listen to me. You have to match that same desire you have to change right now, that same like, you know what? I'm not going to use drugs. I'm not going to do that path. I need to change my friends. I need to get back to who I know I need to be. I'm going to talk about some of my bad thinking and these suicidal thoughts of myself harming. You know what? I want to do better in school. I want to begin to communicate. You have this desire to change, but if you don't match that desire with the same passion and tenacity to be determined at all costs, it won't get there, man. You've got to be just as determined to change as you are right now as you are tomorrow. You know what I did? It's these little things that work. There's a point where I took it, I wrote the word change the world. And I slapped it on the mirror in my bathroom. And every day I get up, and I would look and it would say change the world. Some of you in here need to write, I'm beautiful, I'm sober, I'm not cutting, doctor, I'm going to be a Hoosier, I'm going to go to Sycamore, I'm going to go to Indiana State, I'm going to go to IDP. You need to write your dreams and your goals and you stick it on that bathroom mirror. And every single day you look at it. This is your life. I'm telling you guys, man. You gotta grab life. You gotta grab it, man. You got one shot.
When you wake up in the morning, the birds are chirping, you feel great, you feel like taking on the world. Yeah, those are the days, you know, anyone can go get after it. But when it's raining and you don't feel good, those are the days that you have to find the energy to attack the day. That separates you from the other people.
You get up in the morning, you're in the shower, you're driving to work saying, you know what, Lord, thank you, I'm strong. I make good decisions. It's not magic, but those words go out of our mouth and they come right back into our own ears. They start to change our own self-image. And this is not magic, but you go around saying all day, I'm blessed, I'm beautiful, I'm talented, I'm valuable, I'm creative, I'm disciplined. That's doing something on the inside of you. Instead of going around down on yourself, feeling unattractive, too tall, too short, not enough of this, too much of that. No, dare to get up in the morning and say, I am a masterpiece.
When you start your day, you must own your morning.
When you wake up in the morning, say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. It's how I live my life. One of the reasons why I am today.
Life doesn't really happen to you. Life really happens for you.
My question today is, what kind of I ams are coming out of your mouth? I am victorious. I am blessed. I am talented. I am anointed. Some of you, if you would just change the I am, you would go to a new level. I am strong. I am confident. I am equipped. I am more than a conqueror. I am well able. Make sure you have the right I ams coming out of your mouth.
Say thank you in advance for what is already yours. True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. And anything you want good, you can have.
Make a list of a dozen or two of these I ams. Read over them all through the day. Get them down in your spirit. Meditate on them. They may not all be true right now, but you have to call the things that are not as if they already were. I am prosperous. I am free. I am talented. I am young. I am beautiful. I am attractive.
Fail big. That's right. Fail big. Today's the beginning of the rest of your life, and it can be very frightening. It's a new world out there. It's a mean world out there, and you only live once. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself a goal every day. Sometimes it's just to not curse somebody out. Simple goals, but have goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you have already done, and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do. And in this text, tweet, twerk world that you've grown up in, remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Remember that. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress. My mother told me, she said, yeah, because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere. So continue to strive, continue to have goals, continue to progress. And it's not how much you have, it's what you do with what you have. We all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses, some preachers. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but it's the joy. That's where the joy is in helping others. That's where the success is.